And lastly, things just get better and better, friends. We've had a youth intake.
Don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. I won't wait for you, 'cause you keep telling lies. I keep going high, she keeps going low. At the end of the day, she's gone. But you don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. And you keep telling lies.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Outcasts to Icons at the Sassy Boys. If you've been enjoying the series up to this point, of course, do smash the like button, smash the comments, smash everything. Well, no, don't smash everything. I need these things, but it's very appreciated. So, I thought we'd start today on the page of Nicholas Flans. I want to sort of get you guys to get to know some of the squad a little bit, as I'm getting to know them too. So a little pro tip, I suppose, about Nicholas Flans. We found out he's an excellent chef. He can often be seen in the club canteen, offering to help out the dinner ladies. They probably don't call them dinner ladies, though, I suspect. What's dinner lady in Italian? But nevertheless, his signature dish is, without too much surprise, a lovely, lovely flan. He's even posited the idea of, after his retirement from football, starting his own side business of flans, which just rolls off the tongue so nicely, much like a flan. You can also find him on his OnlyFlans. And he's also a very good player. He was probably the one sort of performer in the last game that didn't look quite perfect just yet, but sometimes you just have that in games, and I can't really fault the lads for their performance in the last match. Now, there are transfer movings going along with the Dinko Pavlich situation. I have a bid put on the table. I had several sort of going back and forths with Dinamo Zagreb. At one point, they completely stopped answering my offers. They just put the phone down on me. Bastards. But eventually, they came back around to the idea of it. So we have currently agreed a fee of £10 million for Dinko Pavlich. And I think, personally, that is worth it. Not just because he is an excellent player and genuinely would be the best player in his position at the club, and actually is still considered 4.5 stars for this team, which is kind of mad, actually. But not only that, it's bringing a player that we have a huge history with to the club and giving him some football. And that's really, really good. So it's 10 million up front, and then like some structured stuff with like $1 million here and $1 million there, rising, I can't remember the exact amount, but it's not too bad considering the amount that they originally wanted was 33 million, and I basically just unsettled him. Now, we've only done that in the past week so far. There are other clubs interested, so I'm concerned about that, but because we're not in a transfer window, my hope is that we can get this deal done before any of the others realise it's happened, because he is wanted by Dortmund, Roma, some massive, massive sides, and it would be a hell of a coup for us to be able to bring Dinko Pavlich to Sassuolo to slot right into our team. Now, we've got to be careful as well because of the Italian squad reg rules. This was something we struggled with previously on OTIs, where, as far as I'm aware, and this might be wrong, but the impression I get is that each window we can only register 2 new players. So, does that genuinely mean that we can only bring in 2 new footballers each window? Or is it that there's some other way around that? Because that's actually kind of scary, because it would be Pavlich and it would have to be a centre-back for the other position, really, that we'd have to bring in. Or is it a case if they're under a certain age, it doesn't matter so much, or does that only count if they're Italian or homegrown? Genuinely curious, guys. We're coming off the back of an excellent performance against Udinese down towards the bottom. Most importantly, we have now moved 5 points clear. No, we haven't moved 5 points clear. We're still 5 points clear down at the bottom. So not fantastic, but we've now put a load more teams between us and the bottom teams. And really, we want to be looking up. I want this team to be able to finish. I mean, if you gave me 12th right now, I'd probably take that, because I think that would count as mid-table. So I'd happily take 12th, but I think we can do a bit better, but it really will just heavily depend on our fixtures for the rest of the season. No changes, he recommends. I've also removed our inverted version of the tactic, because I really don't see any reason why I'd want to use it, and I want to make sure that the players can get better familiarity faster by only having 2 versions of the tactic to go on. Now, I was caught in 2 minds about what I wanted to do in today's game, whether I wanted to go to our slightly more reserved version with a lower intensity of press and also a supporting fullback on this side, or whether to just stick with what we've got. And I'm tempted to stick with what we got for now and exclusively use the other one against the bigger sides, because I still feel like Genoa is a game that we can fight and compete for, but we'll learn this knowledge as we go along as well. I want to make no changes. I mean, I'm kind of with him on that, to be fair. No one's really stood out to me and said, they should be playing. I think I will bring Basoga onto the bench, though, for today instead of Alex Merritt. I am looking at shifting some players on. I've gone through the squad and looked at who's sort of either old and not good enough, or I found we've got a few players in this team that are like 24, 25, but they're not actually that good, and they don't seem to have any room for development anymore, so I might try and shift a few of those on as well. One player that is very likely to leave soon, though, potentially, is Captain Oscar. I know he's the captain, and he's been at the club for a very long time. The issue is, I don't see him pushing his way into the team compared to some of the other players I've got, and he's a decent value right now where we could get £10 million for him, get that 90 grand wage bill off of the wage bill, and potentially invest that somewhere else. And I don't know if that's the worst idea at this point. So with that in mind, I'm going to go for the exact same lineup as the last game because they did a good job. Now, it's a different shape, so we do have that option that we've used a lot of in S12-E3 ones, where we switch things up and go through the middle, if needs be, so we can try that, of course. Now, Kudus did really, really well in the last game. Despite his lack of finishing, he did do spectacularly well, albeit one from the spot and one was very close range, but he got into the positions, and that's what matters to me. Now, I'm still happy to move things around and change that if it doesn't work over a longer period of time, but today, the players that played in the last game have earned the right to start again. Wow, so that's weird. A lot of composed and a few looks, nothing in between at all. Frank's looking aggressive. Shocker. We still have a lot to learn. It was one game, the Udinese game, at the end of the day, but Genoa are on a 3-game losing streak, and we're coming off of a massively big result, which will definitely have boosted the squad morale, no doubt, and they'll be wanting to go out there and do it again. Weirdly, we've actually won 2 of our last 3 when you look at that, so that's a good sign as well. Sigurjonsson scoring in the last game too, really helpful to see him get off the mark for us as well. So hopefully we can come out and do it again. Now, honestly, if we took a draw here and played pretty well, I'd be completely satisfied with that. It's just about picking up points when and where we can and seeing how things go. Nice work from Marcus Paulo straight off the bat there. I feel like Sigurjonsson is very much going to be a very busy boy as our striker in this system, but that's actually okay. That's what I want from the strikers in this team. Good tackle. Ooh, deflects through and Radu's forced to make a stop. Oh, lovely pick out for Constantinu. Drops it short, comes straight back to him. Really nice fast flowing play. Ball in Sigurjonsson. Oh, and it's off the post. There we go. Oh, lovely football. Really quick, fast-paced stuff here. Flances into the box. He's got the space to get the shot away, potentially. Does go for goal, and it's all the way across, and I think that might go out for a throw in there, Mr. Flans. Oh, it's off the corner flag. Hole in one. Got to be careful from set pieces still, of course. Want to be trying to get counter-attacks from these and not concede from them. And cleared off the line by Cabrera. Well played, man. Well played. Oh, Morris in here. Could end up with another save being forced to be made out of the goalkeeper here. Good tackle. Teensy bit of shakiness so far, but we maintain the clean sheet so far. Skov Olsen's ball throw, and Flans is on the end. Not Flans, Fausto Faris, libero extraordinaire. Genoa 0, Sassuolo 1. We've got the set pieces. I haven't actually touched them yet, to be fair, so it seems that he was already in a good spot to make that one happen. Skov Olsen with a lovely ball in. Fausto Faris rising highest like a salmon, and it's 1-0 to Sassuolo away from home. This would be massive. This has been a much tighter affair than the last one, as to be expected, but the fact that we're currently leading is stupendous. What a header. Dimo Krastev, that is a superb header. And the man on the line really, I know that we've already cleared one off the line today, but Cabrera has to be stopping that, surely. We've exchanged set-piece goals today, but how on earth has he been able to score a header from there? Like, the man on the line, I mean, do something, please. Wasn't like exactly it was over his head or anything. I think a pretty strong first half from us still. I think we were probably the better side in the first half. Both teams scoring from set pieces on this particular occasion. I want to be winning the ball off them in these positions and breaking on them. Go on, Mohamed. Yes, lad. Great first touch from Mohamed Kudus. He probably could go all the way through or find his teammate here. He's got to pick one of the 2 options, though. He's found his teammate, Sigurjonsson, and it's not the equaliser. It's the go-ahead goal, as they say in ice hockey. Styrmir Ørn, Sigurjonsson with the goal that slots Sassuolo 2 goals up. Brilliant pressing play from Mohamed Kudus. He deserves all the credit in the world for this. Some of the vision of these players, like, he clearly didn't have the pace to go the whole way, but this is a pick out and a half. That is such a difficult ball to get right. And I'm not sure he even does, but hey, striker's made it into something magical there. 2-2 for the Icelandic legend. That's good signs. Oh no! Just as I say that, we're about to screw it up, and rolls us through, and what a save from the goalkeeper. Cabrera now. Get out of this play, though, lads. And well intercepted by Caicedo. Damn near gave them the equaliser there. Making 2 subs, going to save the third one just in case we get an injury or whatnot. You know how it goes. We've had problems with this before. I think it is 3 subs in Italy, right? I assume it is, even though there's the large bench. Caicedo, Constantinu overlapping on the left-hand side. We've looked really good value if we were to get a third goal, and we have got the third goal. Genoa 1, Sassuolo 3, and Stymir is in for his 3rd goal since we joined the club in just 2 games. I mean, he was clearly doing well in the league in terms of taking his chances, but I think we've just opened up a new world and given him a load more chances that he could potentially take. The ball in from Constantinu is superb. Great header from the lad. Shocking goalkeeping from Boom, and it's now 3-1. Wow, 7 goals in 2 games. Boom clips it long. Sensible defending now. Just bring it down. Well played, Faris. Fausto Faris has done excellently today as well. I brought Oscar out on this left-hand side for a bit as well. Oh, that's an interesting pass. Sigurjonsson's in again, and he nearly makes it 4 with a hat-trick potentially. Second half stoppage time we're into now. We're surely going to win this game. It's going to be back-to-back wins since taking over. I don't think we've ever done that at any of the clubs, got back-to-back wins, let alone in a league as strong as this, but the personnel have just taken to the tactical style. We have definitely got away with a few today, but this is exactly what I wanted to see from these guys upon joining. And we could, in theory, improve this because personnel changes, all sorts of stuff as Kudus is into the box again. Can he get the shot away? Yes, he can. It's 4. Mohamed Kudus scores his 3rd goal of the season as well, and we've now scored 4 goals in back-to-back league games. I don't think they've scored more than 2 goals in any game all season. Wow. Okay, what a pick out from Oscar, by the way. Lovely little ball around the side for Kudos. He's straight into the box here on his left foot, and that is an excellent finish from the man. And maybe a left-footed player in that position was kind of what we needed, because he has been excellent. Honestly, with the right header there, we could have had a 5th goal. It's Genoa 1, Sassuolo 4, and again, I think 4's probably a bit harsh, but again, we've had another game where we've created a buttload of chances and actually taken them. Oh, it's like living in the Twilight Zone, friends. Right, couple of games off camera, and we'll be back in a minute. See if this... I'm sure we'll have lost some by then, because we've got Roma in there. So, still, maybe Dinko will be here, though. Well, not here, but, like, coming. Right then, we're back. We were at home against Roma, and after 53 minutes, a bit of a melee in the box here. Bit unfortunate. The ball eventually breaks to Justin Kluivert to slot into an empty net for 1-0 to Roma. And annoyingly, that was the only goal of the game. I honestly think I forgot to switch to our more conservative strategy here, and I'm kind of glad I didn't in a way, because I think we actually played pretty well. And on another day, I think we very well could have got ourselves a point in this game. Bit unfortunate not to be able to score on the night, but it is what it is. Roma's goal, again, it was just a bit of a breakdown and an empty net there. Not really, like, they didn't carve us open or anything. It was good signs, but it happens. Next up, we went away to Inter Milan, one of the best sides in the league. Kudos got the ball on the edge of the area here after 14 minutes. The ball is deflected around his goalkeeper by Mercato, and there was Sigurdsson to give us the lead at the Stadio Giuseppe Meazza, or the San Siro. I forget which one it's called now. Or is it both? I forget. Anyway, 20 minutes into the game, another annoying one where it bounces off the goalkeeper, and Inter were able to equalise on 20 minutes, but we were still well in the game, doing a good job. However, right on the stroke of half-time, well, a few minutes before half-time, Vinicius Jr. just did a little bit of excellence here, goes past 2 players and slots it home for 2-1, but we were neck and neck in terms of quality at half-time. Second half, though, things just didn't really click for us, unfortunately, and the little excellent bits of quality from Vinicius Jr. really did help out. Unfortunately, yet more deflections gave into their 3rd goal just after half-time to make it 3-1, and then it just kind of got a bit stretched from that point. We tried some stuff, wasn't really working, and Inter were sort of able to remember who they were as Vinicius Jr. goes through and slots them 4-1 up after 54 minutes. Not great from us, really, but it is what it is. But then, after 55 minutes, Marcos Paulo getting the ball on the left-hand side here. Sigurdsson pulls it back across, essentially, comes to Caicedo, 4-2. Back in the game, sort of, but not really. As we then gave away a penalty, which Vinicius Jr. dispatched to make it 5-2. One of those really soft ones, but it is what it is. And then 93rd minute this time, Vinicius Jr. out on the left-hand side, cutting through the defence yet again, slots it through, and there it was 6-2. A frustrating game, but it is also Inter. What did we really expect away from here? Giuseppe Meazza, there you go. You could see, up to half-time, though, we were very much in this game and looking pretty damn solid. And even when our second goal went in, but as the game wore on, we just weren't able to conjure anything magical. And I'd actually forgot to start again the game on the more conservative tactic, and I switched to it later in the game, and I think it actually made us a lot worse in this one, as we were better when we were trying to press Inter, but Vinicius Jr. was just unplayable in this game. So, yeah, not a good result. But then we had a huge game at home against Torino. 2 minutes in, Skov Olsen with a lovely ball around the side. Kudos fights off the defender, gets it back on his left, and slots us in front. And we essentially just held on to that for the rest of the game. Throughout the first half, we were starting to look a lot better, but then they just started to pull it back, and then the game kind of just sort of died in the second period. But luckily, the defence stood strong, and we got I would argue, a pretty fortunate victory. I think a draw would have been a fairer result, but it kind of balances out for the Roma game, so I'm fine with that. And all that leaves us currently at the highest position we've been in since we took over. We're 11th in the league now. We've leaped over Genoa as a result of getting that great win against them to beat their head-to-head, and obviously we got the result there too. I've also renovated the coaching staff entirely. We were obviously a lot of them left with the previous manager, so we've just brought in a whole lot of new guys. That's all up to scratch now, and it's looking very nice. I've also started a coaching course. They let me do it, which is surprising, actually, considering I actually asked after we just lost 2 in a row, but they were up for it, so that's good. Going to be getting our Continental A license now, and we've already hit 75% rep as a manager too, and I hope that we can take that a little bit further here at Sassuolo. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the club so far. Pleased. Oscar has also gone, £9 million to Al Hilal. I felt it was the right move for us at the time, so he has now left the club. Gives us a bit of cash coming in, gets a lot of wages off the bill, and we're going to need those wages because, I have a treat for you. It's happening. Dinko Pavlich is happening. The man, my dream man, is coming in the summer. He'll be joining us for £10 million in the summer with some add-ons after that. It's still quite a lot of money, but I genuinely feel like he's a worthwhile addition to the team, and I think he can bring us something a little bit better than what Caicedo is definitely giving us some nice stuff going forward, but that's really not what I want from that role. And I feel like Pavlich, just as a holding player that can just sit there and do a great job, could do a fantastic job for us. And the fact is, I mean, look at this. He was still, despite the price, 89% recommended by the scouts. And I also decided to do a cheeky. I've also bought Josip Glavaš from them too. He's not going to be able to play for Sassuolo straight away by any means. Don't get me wrong, he's going to get loaned out. That's fine. But I wanted to steal one of Zagreb's best youth prospects as well from them, just to stick it to them a little bit more. So he's going to join us for £2.3 million in the summer. And again, I think for a player of this kind of quality, I think literally we got him on the very low end of the estimate. So I'm pleased with that. He's not going to be able, we don't have to worry about registering him. We'll get him out on loan. I think he's going to be an excellent player one day, though, and it'd be nice to see if he can do it as a Swallow. Plus, we get to bring Dinko a friend, and that's always nice. Don't worry, I'm still looking for other signings in the summer, but I really just wanted to stick it to Zagreb for a bit. And lastly, things just get better and better, friends. We've had a youth intake. And you should be seeing it on your screen now. And oh my giddy aunt. You know what I was saying about how, well, we're a really good side. It'd be ridiculous if for us to expect 5-star players coming from our youth academy. The game was like, hold my milkshake. We've got a plan. Well, 2 5-star now. They were Ramon was already 5-star in the youth intake, but now that the other guys joined us as well properly, he's also been upgraded to 5 stars. Now, there's definitely going to require some molding with Ramon. He is an Italian Brazilian, but really, it appears to me that he's the kind of player that we could kind of mold into whatever we want from a striker. And he's got decent enough work rate. I think he's an excellent player, and he's still only 15 as well, so to be this good at that age is actually incredible. And the same honestly goes for Sebastiano Bigi. Bigi? No, surely not Bigi's. Another excellent young prospect. Once again, also 15. They're the 2 of the younger players in our youth intake, are 2 of the higher quality ones as well. So to get 2 out of the same youth intake of this kind of quality, I'm extremely happy with that. He's just a really solid looking central midfielder that I think, provided we get him, and a resolute personality too, which is, I love seeing a resolute personality on a player like this, because it makes me feel like he's going to be able to achieve that potential, and we just need to get him into the right places. So exciting things to come from Ramon, and I imagine it's either Biggie, but I'm hoping it's Bigi, because if it's Bigi, all the jokes could fly, friends. We're away from home. They're 8th in the league, so having a really good season, 47 points on the board. This will not be easy for us, but as we've already shown, we do have some quality, and hopefully we can get back on that today, because the last couple of games we've not been quite as creative, but, you know, it comes and it goes. We're still looking good. Last time's game was more about just the defensive stability. Now, I think one of the other reasons as well for that was the fact that we had to play Faris at left back due to a suspension, and I feel like this is actually currently my prioritised back 4, and it seems we play better when we get those 4 guys in the team. So I'm pleased with that. The fact that Kudus has scored 4 goals in 5 games for us so far is extremely good. Sigurjonsson is the exact same. Happy with that. Paolo, after a really impressive start, has faded a little bit, but I'll give him time. We've got the rest of the season. I don't see us getting relegated, and that's fine. I just want to see out the rest of the season, keep getting that tactic going, and it's fine. Oh, the link has gone now between these two, from being negative to being nothing at all. And it's the same on this side. That's a good sign for me. We've lost the negative partnerships and only gone positive. This one's the only one that's yet to change, and I'm fine with that. Now, we are away from home, but I'm still going to go with our positive outlook, because they're 8th place, and they're having a good season, but that doesn't mean that we can't come here and cause a bit of a ruckus, like we did against Genoa, albeit they were probably not quite as good as we've already leapfrogged them now. I want to see what sort of points average we can get over our tenure at the end of this season to give us an idea of maybe where we could fall next year over the course of a full season with some improvements too. Okay, we're standing off a little bit here. We're allowing Matsola through. Just block the shot. The one against Inter was stupid as hell. It kind of looks similar to that, but it was just without the contact with the player. Penalty awarded, and after 10 minutes, we're going to be probably going behind here. I'm going to have to fight to come back from behind. It's not something we've managed to do so far in our tenure. Farley to take the shot for Crotone. Can our keeper stand up tall? He can't, and it is 1-0 to Crotone. Radu clips one long. Up to Skov again. Flicks it on brilliantly. And Siggy Jonsson's onto it. We've got 5 people getting into the box. Can he find the cross, though? And he's got no support out wide. And yeah, he has to go back for Cabrera. But, wow, that's some nice football. Actually, Marco Paolo! Why did he square that? I mean, it's going to be a corner to us, but surely he has to just head that and shoot. It's these sort of positions where Kudus has been very effective so far at just nipping the ball in a challenge and winning it. Della Valle's he's broken through a little bit. Perez is in, and that is 2-0. Daniele Perez makes it 2-0 to Crotone here. I don't even think we've been that bad in this game so far. It's just they've managed to take their chances, and we bloody haven't. We just stood off a little bit too much. Once they get the ball in this position, yeah, he just takes a step the wrong way, and it allows the space, and then the fullback's just been caught way too up the pitch. Perez, it's a simple finish there. Ooh. Well, half-time, and we can't pretend that we don't, we definitely deserve to be behind here. A bright-ish start was just cancelled out by the penalty, and we just didn't really find our feet much for the rest of the half and gave them that second goal. We've just not quite been at it today. I saw some signs of this against Torino, although we were able to get the victory in the end. Like, the Roma game was a disappointment, and then Inter we just got absolutely hammered, which is understandable, and it just feels like we haven't quite recovered our confidence since then. So it'd be nice to try to get some confidence back today, but in the current situation it seems unlikely. Skov Olsen, unless he can find the right pass. Marcus Paolo with the drive into the bottom corner, and within literally a minute of the second half starting, it's 2-1. We're back in the game. Now let's build on this. That was a really low XG chance, but it doesn't matter. Marcus Paolo's had a poor time of it late, but he just got the ball back on his correct foot. Lovely little pick out, I think, from Skov Olsen again, but he just takes it so quickly. Keeper's completely unsettled there. Right, 2-1, let's go. Second half, let's have it. Haven't really seen a lot from us since then, but so far so good. Like, we're winning the second half currently. That's the key. Definitely looking like the better side in this period, but we're going to have to step it up a bit and find that second goal. Kudos has been caught in possession. Really, really poor from him. It's usually the other way around. He's the one winning the ball in that position, but we've still got enough Well, I was going to say we've still got enough players around there, but they just didn't actually bother to do anything. So Marco Manuzzi now makes it 3-1 to Crotone, and that is all down to Mohamed Kudus. Well, I mean, it is all down to Mohamed Kudus. I don't know why he's not got a lot of pass options. Great little touch there to get the tackle, to dodge the tackle. But really, at this point, he still shouldn't be able to get through there. Like, there's 2 defenders around him, and neither of them even attempt to try and stop him. So that's just bad from us there. Here we go. Kudus to deliver the free kick. Corbo! Is it off the crossbar? Gabriele Corbo makes it Crotone 3, Sassuolo 2. We definitely have been that a little bit better going forward in the second period. But little mistakes let us down. So a great header from Corbo. The keeper very nearly keeps that out. Wow. Great save, really, but not quite. But we are pressing a bit. We are really pushing at them at the moment, and we kind of have to because we are a goal down. Right? That's it. Simple win. Oh, dear. It's not good from Faris there. Oh, wow. I don't know. Yes, every time we get like, right, okay, good, settle, it's all good, and then we go and make another stupid mistake straight after it. That's oh dear. Like, I don't know. He has it's such a strange decision there. Just take the ball instead of clearing it to the wide area. If you're gonna clear it, get it out of play. That was poor from Faris there. And that's been our downfall, really, here. Like, the poor clearance, the poor tackle, the getting dispossessed, and it looks like it is going to be Crotone 4, Sassuolo 2. A disappointing result from us, really. We've just given them too much and weren't able to create the same high quality of chance ourselves. And there it is, Crotone 4, Sassuolo 2. Really can't complain. We were pretty poor in this game. Ever since that penalty, really, we just didn't really create anything of real quality. The fact that we scored twice is actually quite surprising. But that's what it goes. That's fine. It's early days yet. We've played 6 games in charge. We've won 3, lost 3. I'd have still taken that at this point just to sort of get us going, particularly with 2 of them being against Roma and Inter. That one's slightly more disappointing, but they're clearly 8th for a reason. But you look at our run-in, it's Spal in 14th, Vicenza who are bottom, Empoli who are 15th, Cagliari who are 6th, they're a good side, Samp who are 10th, and then Lazio. Is this next 3 or 4 game period that really is going to make a huge difference to our season. So we're going to come back with Spal at the start of the next video, and that is going to be a must win for me. Really try to get back on the horse. I'm still happy with the way things are going so far, to be fair. We've clearly got goals. Just need to sort things out defensively, and we will definitely be able to do that because that's just what we do. So if you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have, drop a like. That'd be gorgeous. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. That'd be stupidly good as well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. No, tomorrow? Yeah, it's tomorrow. See you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.